zigzag chain stitch, you're going to start with a detached chain stitch, just like I'm doing here. That's how I started at the top. All right, stab method. But instead of just doing a tiny tack down stitch, you're going to do a fairly long tack down stitch. And you're going to come and do another detached chain stitch or a lazy daisy stitch. And you're going to come up right at the end of that tack down stitch that you did. Okay, so right at the end of that, make sure you can see here. And do another tack down stitch across the seam there. And so another detached chain stitch or a lazy daisy stitch. Come up at the end of that, come up there at the end of that tack down. Do a long tack down. Come up over here. Do a lazy daisy. Come up at the end of that tack down. And of course, you're going to make sure you go through your loop of thread. Over, across. Another lazy daisy. And as you can see, on the one side, I can do the lazy daisy all in one. And on the other side, I got to use stab method. Long tack down. Another lazy daisy. At the bottom of this, at the end of this, you're just going to do a small tack down, but let me finish this and then I'll come back with embellishments. All right, so here what I'm doing to embellish this is I'm actually just doing a smaller version of it in another color, crossing over. So I'll do a couple of stitches here. Remember, you're going to do a detached chain stitch or a lazy daisy stitch, same thing, just different names. But instead of doing a small tack down at the end of the stitch, you're going to do a large one. Okay, and then you're going to come up and do another detached chain stitch. With a long tack down stitch. And then one more. And remember that when you're ending this, you're just going to do a very small tack down, just like you would do for a normal lazy daisy or detached chain stitch. So there we go, embellished by just doing another version, crossing over in a different